beautiful people, how is everybody doing? I am in Dana, California once again, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how to use the HDR mode on the Nikon D850. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to find out how useful or perhaps not useful this HDR mode is, I'm in a very strong contrasty scene staring directly at the sun. I already went ahead and I set up my camera and my shot, so let's go ahead and turn the camera on. So now we'll go ahead and press menu to access our photo shooting menu. Also keep in mind that this HDR mode is not unique to the Nikon D800 series and it is available in other cameras as well. As you can see, HDR high dynamic range is grayed out and I'm not able to enter this menu to activate the feature. The reason for that is that the camera is set to shoot RAW and this mode cannot be activated when shooting RAW. So let's switch over to JPEG. Great, and now we're able to enter HDR modes to enable it. Under HDR mode, if we choose a single photo, this feature will turn off on its own after we take one HDR shot. If we choose serious, this feature will remain enabled and you have to turn it off manually. If you forget to turn it off manually, you will not be able to change your camera settings back to RAW and you'll be stuck shooting JPEG only, so keep that in mind. Under exposure differential, the higher number you choose, the greater the dynamic range will ultimately be. You can also keep this on auto, the camera will do a pretty good job on its own as well. And ultimately you get to choose the smoothness of your exposure. Keep in mind that the camera takes 2 pictures to merge them into one. Since we're shooting in JPEG, you also want to keep in mind that your picture profile is going to have a great impact on your image results. So since we are not shooting RAW, you will not have the flexibility later on in post. So this is JPEG, so keep in mind to have your settings dialed in properly before you take your shot. Here's a JPEG example of the D850 without the HDR mode exposed for the shadows. And here is an example of a regular JPEG shot without HDR mode exposed for the highlights. And here is our HDR mode JPEG. As you can see, the dynamic range is phenomenal and the overall image just looks very, very good. I highly recommend this mode for those who prefer pictures straight out of the camera and for those who do not have extra time for post. But for the more serious photographer, and while it is fun to play with this HDR mode, I still recommend the manual route and simply shooting RAW for a more precise workflow. And that sums up Nikon's HDR modes. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked my video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more content like this. And most importantly, if you have any questions regards the Nikon D800 series, please let me know in the comment section down below and I'm more than happy to assist you. And that is it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.